Florida is one of the few states that still allows greyhound racing, but for the first time, voters in this state may get to decide whether to end a betting sport that critics say is cruel to the dogs. Tonight, a woman who's worked side by side with greyhound trainers is breaking her silence about what she claims really happens both on and off the track.
We want to warn you, some of the images may be disturbing. Investigative reporter Terry Parker has this exclusive story.
Sonia Strotterman has rescued and found homes for greyhounds for years. She claims the racing industry is hiding the number of dogs that are injured each year, the conditions they live in, and even how some greyhounds end up being used as full-time blood donors.
Here comes Rusty!
And they're off. Greyhounds hurtling toward the first turn at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, a turn that some dogs don't make.
Usually around the first turn, they break their right hock. That is a really common thing at Palm Beach.
Sonia Strotterman takes in injured greyhounds like Forrest, officially known as KL Skeeter. During his last race at Palm Beach Kennel Club, he broke his leg.
Trainer took him to a vet to be euthanized.
Euthanized because Sonia says that's the norm. After 14 years of keeping quiet about what she saw, so trainers statewide would continue to bring her injured dogs rather than euthanize them, Sonia is revealing
things that the industry wants to hide. That's why they're so upset with me right now. They've been hiding this for years.
Dogs with broken legs or backs, she pays for their surgeries if they aren't too badly injured and have to be put down.
These are all the dogs that we weren't able to save, the dogs that have come in.
As long as she didn't publicly say anything anti-racing, trainers around the country would bring her injured dogs.
They're of no use to them anymore, so many of the trainers, owners just dump them.
Sonia says when she does manage to get them,
most of the dogs that we get in come infested with fleas and ticks.
So infested, some drip blood. Their teeth are often rotten. Many have ear infections or gaping sores from sleeping on flimsy carpet in the crates. Most of them have never played with a toy or been treated like a pet.
We take their muzzles off and they get to play with toys. You saw the little black girl with her tennis ball. They hoard. It's really cute. They've never had them before, so they grab them and they hoard them. They'll take them into their crates with them. It's really cute.
Sonia says dogs like River and Forrest are the lucky ones. They're getting homes. Some injured greyhounds go straight into another job. They become blood donors at some animal hospitals around the country and here in Palm Beach County. Still muzzled, still living in confinement, and regularly donating blood from their jugular veins.
I see no reason to be sending them to vet clinics to have their blood drawn. I feel they should be going straight into a home.
Because greyhounds have a universal blood type, they make good blood donors for pets who need transfusions. But it's controversial. After a Texas blood bank closed following allegations of extreme neglect last year revealed by PETA, the National Greyhound Association issued new guidelines that barred its members from directly sending greyhounds to any blood bank operation. The NGA must approve the use of any member's greyhounds for blood draws and prohibits dogs from being used for their blood for longer than 18 months or past the age of 7. Sonia thinks even that's too long.
Typically, for a blood donor program, they're surrounded by 3 walls. And they're not used to that, so they're really isolated, and greyhounds are so social. They're used to being, seeing each other and being around each other, so it is hard on them.
But Sonia's allegations are strongly rebutted by the greyhound industry. I spoke by phone to the Florida National Greyhound Association spokesman, Jack Corey.
I say it's outrageous, it's false, and you're more than invited to come to the track, visit the kennels, visit the greyhounds, and see firsthand how well they're trained and treated.
Corey says there are racing injuries just as in any sport, but
that is not a pattern. That is not regularly taking place. And anybody that wants to only deal in those negatives is obviously just an anti-greyhound person who is trying to hurt the industry, hurt 3,000 Florida jobs, and hurt 15,000 beautiful greyhounds.
Corey says Sonia's been blackballed and won't be getting any more racers. Sonia says she's hopeful that by finally telling her story, it will help convince voters to ban greyhound racing in Florida altogether.
I want to be able to help them, so this is the only way I can now.
The Palm Beach Kennel Club wouldn't go on camera. They emailed me that they do track dog injuries but won't release the numbers. They say Palm Beach Kennel Club has made significant progress in attempting to reduce greyhound injuries at the track through various measures, including improvements to the track surface, new safer lure technologies, safer fencing, widening of turns, and other techniques. Palm Beach Kennel Club recently received a Greyhound Track Safety Award from Red Hound Racing. As far as the blood donor program, the track notes it doesn't have the authority to direct owners what to do with their dogs. But if the owners violate the new NGA standards and are kicked out of the association, they will no longer be allowed to race. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.